Hi, Julie from Florida. How are you doing? Thanks for logging on today. Nice to see you as well as everybody else who is here. And yeah, just a quick update. Had a fun morning. Nice cloudy day here in Austin. To be relaxing after making some phone calls. I called one group that we will leave out of this particular video, but also had a chance to call JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. And I got a response to my interview request from the US Mint. Hello, Allison Silverland. Great place to be. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for being part of the apologies necessary. I'm going to be fine. Plus, I had so much fun talking with Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. Oh, goodness. Well, I'm seeing that I had disappeared. Can someone in the chat let me know if that means when I switched over to read the email, I guess that means that you could not hear me. Okay, well, lesson learned. I had flipped over, I'm doing this on my phone, and I was reading the email that I had sent to the US Mint, where basically I said, hey, I have a YouTube show, cover the silver market. I hear a lot of reports, people say this, they say that about the Mint. I've never really had any interaction with the Mint, was just trying to get some information. I think it'd be helpful for the community. Would you like to do an interview? And they wrote back just saying basically, thanks for your request, but after careful consideration, we are declining your interview request. Now, I guess it's possible they could have flipped over to the page and seen my coverage of the Perth Mint and thought maybe this isn't for us. And I don't know if if I'm repeating myself or this got cut before, but by all means, I get it. I mean, I'm some dude to these guys that who the heck they don't know. And so, I mean, not like JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs or the Mint is going to drop what they're doing to come appear on my show. For what it's worth, I would certainly recommend anyone at home, call and ask your questions to these places. All right, I do it, and sometimes I'm a smart ass, sometimes I behave myself, but I mean, certainly the Mint, for example, I don't even know how that's classified. I think it's a government agency. Maybe that is correct or not. But I mean, some of these government agencies, like the CFTC, you are their boss. They are failing you with their actions, and so in either case, I would just suggest calling because quick recap on the other two calls. I did check in with JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, and it's kind of fun. Sometimes it feels like it's in a movie now. I never would have guessed this is what I'd be doing 30 years ago when I was 10 or 12. Kind of amusing, yet in either case, I called up and I was pretty blunt, not too obnoxious, but I said, they Googled the commodities group of each one. I don't know who I actually spoke with. I went through a couple prompts, then got a representative first of JP Morgan on there and said, look, I'm calling because, to be completely honest with you, I have a YouTube channel where I report on felony and criminal behavior that your bank is involved with, not once or twice, but regularly. And if anybody from your commodities division or bank wants to comment on it or attempt to refute anything I've said or defend yourself against the allegations, I put my name on it. I put my face on it. I mean, if somebody really wants to track me down, they can find me. I mean, I get a lot of messages, but I respond to anyone who really needs to find me. And I was giving them the chance to, I understood I was talking to the investor relations person. I said, if there's someone you want to contact or you want to put me on hold, I'd be happy to wait. But I'm letting you know that I publicly accuse you of felony behavior on a regular basis. I provide evidence. I provided evidence to the CFTC. And because, I also believe in doing what's right. Sometimes a little confusing in situations like these, but, that if there's something that I'm saying that you think is untrue or unfair, I am giving you an opportunity to respond. And JP Morgan, she didn't seem too interested in that. Um, it kind of blended together. I was a little amped up after. I made an earlier call that I'm going to leave nameless for now. I was a little heated, or no, I wasn't heated. I was proud of myself. I've learned, even the times where I do see something that used to make me heated, learned to corral that. So I feel it was respectful. And then I did point out, saying, after she said, they both, Goldman and JP Morgan, both basically said the same thing, where they said they don't know who to contact. So I'm going to morph them into JP Sachs for this example. By all means, don't believe anything I'm saying. Call for yourself and find out. But it was saying, you can put me on hold. And the person on the phone said, well, I don't know, who would you like to talk to? I said, not anyone in particular. If you have someone in the media relations or the legal department or commodities, those are the people that I accuse of regularly committing felony behavior in the financial markets, designed specifically to steal from people. They do it repeatedly. I've submitted evidence. If there's anyone, you can put me on hold. You figure it out. I said, I'm going to report what actually happened. I'm going to report the truth. You do whatever you want. And I even mentioned, frankly, when I tell you that, and you say that you can't figure out anyone in your entire organization to call, I mean, it seems a little bit, I don't know, doesn't seem like a good sign to me. And basically, got off the phone with both of them, each time said, hey, I don't need anything else. You've told me all I need to know. Is there anything, but out of respect, if there's anything you'd like to ask or anything, then let me know. And each one of them let me get off the phone and was fine with me saying what I said, and didn't feel any need to report it to anyone. Offered again to wait on hold. Said, if you think this is relevant, you want to contact anyone, and both banks declined. I see that, Anthony. I have thought about recording these calls, and I did call JP Morgan once after the garage incident, and actually did call on a recorded line, and I told her specifically, before you answer anything, this line is recorded. I actually said I was doing that for quality control. It's kind of funny. Quality control, this is a recorded line. I want to be careful about that. A lot of this stuff, hopefully people can keep in mind. I want to do what's right. I don't know that there's a training program for some of these things when you see an entire generation and culture being ripped off by a banking mafia. So I would ask people's patience. My intention is good. I'm trying to handle things as appropriately as possible. It's sometimes confusing what that is. I don't know, how do you... Well, I don't know. I guess the best I figured out was at least give them the chance to speak for themselves. There's another group that's been in the news recently that I called yesterday. They said everything is normal. I'm going to leave them nameless for now. I did get a report today of something that would contradict that. When I spoke with them yesterday, they told me everything was normal. I've heard a lot of things, but didn't have anything substantial to go on. Now I at least have a report from a customer of someone who would be quite severely refuting that report. So again, just trying to do things responsibly, and I realize that, I'm blessed to be in the position I am in, and that really the only risk is losing track of what's important, which to me is allowing people to live life in a safe way. And I think that a lot of stuff that's connected between governments and banks and health organizations and other things like that are doing a lot of things that are designed to harm people. And I've been thinking about this for about good 15 years almost, or 11 or 12 or whatever it's been now. And I don't know. I'm just going to do the best to do what I think is right and stand up when appropriate. So, with that said, hopefully these reports are helpful. I'm giving these guys that I've accused things of the chance to respond, and that is the update of what we said. So with that said, go have a wonderful evening. I think I'll probably be done for the night, but a lot of good stuff happening behind the scenes. And thank you all so much for your support. I sure do appreciate that.